since I came from a multinational background, it was very natural that I will focus on them because I knew those companies better. But I must say, I at the same time started knowing other companies and diversifying, and gradually this activity was going on. I did for some time this intermediary assignment for investment of other families. About 300 families were connected with me whose money I used to look after, but I used to be a one-man organization. It was a very hard task to go from home to home and get forms filled, signed, and so on and so forth. And but then he gave me a lesson. Until 1994, I came across two young men who were in this area only, and Ajay Sahu, who came to ask me what it should. They were doing institutional research, and they were doing institutional investment in another organization, and he came to ask me what he should do. I said, why don't you go retail? So 1994 we went retail, and Ajay at that time was managing it. He asked me, Dr. Ji, who will give us this business? I said, I don't know who will give you, but I think my work business is enough to at least give you 50% of your expenses. I don't know, the other 50% you have to earn. And in the beginning, I think it was almost like that. We were only one computer, one operator, and then I think it is that time you had about time joined, because both of you were together in the same. But at that time I didn't know Dilip that well. I knew him, but I didn't interact with him day to day. And I found him always from that time very intelligent person. And any opinions or advice I would seek for, I'll come to him. And he always used to help me. Until they started, I think, 6 years ago or 7 years ago, you started this. That time I thought that he should look after my portfolio, which was getting somewhat unwieldy. You see, I was not doing very systematically, but that really brought me to the essence of investment, in the sense that, you see, you have to add value to whatever you have with you. First of all, you have to preserve your assets, then add value to your assets. And this we started doing, but until recently, I came in a very formal manner and I requested Dilip to help me and give me whatever I am doing, tell me whether am I doing rightly or wrongly, and so on. And I must tell you, there has never been feedback. Never has been a lack of feedback. In fact, it's more or less hyperactive, in the sense that I get more than what I really need, but then I enjoy reading all those things and try to implement. One of the things I learned that this, the wealth management or asset management, what they practice, is something which has to be done very systematically, not only for a high net worth individual, but also for a small investor, because assets can only grow if they are systematically pursued. I had the ingredient of discipline, hard work, and pursuit of whatever objective we had. But what I didn't have, the intellectual support which is needed in any kind of investment. For instance, I didn't know how to value a company, for instance, and so on. And this I started learning. And I can only tell you that it has never been looking back. Every single day, value is added. Value is added in enormous amounts, unbelievable amounts, which if you did that systematically, but you have to pursue it. One of the things I would say, one has to pursue whatever you are doing. And only the long pursuit gives you the finest results. And I must say that it has been a journey of considerable interest to me. In fact, one of the reasons why I, even with advancing years, keep on doing it is that I simply enjoy doing it. Because every single day is a day with enthusiasm, backed by information and knowledge and very independent opinion. I think it's very important that we listen to a professional, which Dilip is a thorough professional, and he tells me exactly what he thinks, not necessarily what I want to do. And then we come to, it's not that 100% every time we agree with each other, but I must say I respect the reasons by which he suggests, and he gives very clear reasons. Sometimes what happens, some family members don't accept it, because being a family man, I also discuss with my wife and daughter, and if they don't agree, I may not go for it, but essentially I agree with it. You see, what is happening, because of my advancing age, some of the very long-term things I cannot take. But suppose if I was 10 years younger, I would do it. I would do it despite the family wishes, because at that time would have been appropriate. But there is time for me is somewhat of an uncertainty at 78th year. I still feel that the system they carry out, the asset analysis they do, the